Society provides two conflicting sets of instructions for ambition. On one hand, we are urged to maintain a fearless hustle, to ignore the critics and push blindly toward a singular vision. On the other, we are warned to obsess over risk, planning for every possible downside before making a move. If you follow the first path, becoming a pure visionary driven by growth, you build immense speed. You attract capital, generate hype, and push boundaries. But because you ignore the technical debt and the structural realities, your operation disintegrates the moment it hits real-world friction. So you pivot. You become a perfectionist obsessed with risk mitigation. You map out every contingency and over-engineer every system to protect against failure. The result is a mechanism so heavy with caution that it remains static, and you never actually launch. Though they appear to be opposite problems, the shattered vehicle and the frozen vault share the same psychological origin. They are the inevitable result of relying on a single motivational driver to power a complex project. Raw drive is ineffective if it is poorly suited for the terrain. Relying on an isolated motivation creates strategic blind spots that eventually become fatal to the mission. To solve this, we have to look past the feeling of being motivated and view the human mind as a mechanical system with two distinct gears. The first is avoidance motivation. This is your defensive mechanism, focused on risk mitigation and preventing loss. It creates acute focus and urgency, but when it is the only force present, it leads to rigid thinking and eventual burnout. The second is approach motivation. This is your offensive drive, focused on growth and mastery. It fosters creativity and broad strategic thinking, but without constraints, it lacks the discipline to handle details or deadlines. When these gears operate in isolation, they create instability. Pure approach offers momentum without a shield, leading to reckless optimism. Pure avoidance offers a shield without momentum, leading to total stagnation. High-functioning systems require these two forces to interlock. Approach motivation sets the direction and the vision, while avoidance motivation is deployed to secure the execution and maintain quality. This creates a functional balance. Motivation for success acts as the gas pedal, providing the forward momentum, while the fear of failure acts as the steering wheel and the brakes, ensuring the vehicle actually stays on the road. Understanding the mechanics is the foundation. The next step is applying them to the timeline of a new venture. Whether you are a founder, a freelancer, or an entrepreneur, the balance of these forces must shift as the project matures. In Phase 1, ideation and launch, maximize the approach gear. Success requires vision and stepping into uncertainty. If fear of failure dominates, it stalls the process. Once you commit to Phase 2, survival and execution, you shift the mix to harness avoidance motivation. With a product in the market and a finite runway, you use the pressure of potential failure to audit your systems, refine your technical architecture, and enforce strict quality control. As the environment shifts from the safety of an idea to the danger of the market, the engine must shift with it. Failing to manually engage your defensive gear at this stage is usually what kills a project. If you survive the execution phase, you move into Phase 3, sustainable growth. This requires moving out of survival mode and re-establishing the hybrid state. Longevity depends on using your success to inspire new innovation, while retaining enough healthy vigilance to protect against shifting markets and disruption. This state is the opposite of the two archetypes we saw at the beginning. It is neither a vehicle disintegrating from speed, nor a vault frozen by its own security. Fear of failure isn't a defect to be removed, and optimism isn't a strategy on its own. Building something that lasts requires orchestrating both of these engines to fire at the precise moment they are needed.